Hi guys, today we're gonna analyze The Pregnant Man by BBC Select. Pregnant Man. This is me talking from my iPad, and today I'm gonna do my presentation like this. A Pregnant Man. Yes, a compelling documentary released by BBC Select. This film tells the intimate story of Thomas Beatty, a transgender man who made headlines as one of the first men to publicly experience pregnancy. This film explores how Thomas navigates the complexities of pregnancy while living as a man, revealing challenges around gender identity, healthcare, and public perception. It invites us to rethink what pregnancy looks like beyond traditional gender norms. So, what is my thesis? My thesis is that Pregnant Man uses intimate storytelling and media framing to expose how gender assumptions embedded in healthcare and society creates bias and systematic barriers for pregnant transgender men like Thomas. So, early in the film, Thomas visits a doctor's office for prenatal care. The camera zooms in on his medical forms, which only allow options for male or female, leaving no room for his unique situation, a pregnant man. The doctor addresses Thomas using gender language that does not align his identity, leading to moments of discomfort, and this scene shows tight framing around Thomas' face and hands, capturing his frustration with bureaucratic systems that fail to acknowledge his experience. This highlights systematic oppression in healthcare, where cis-normativity creates barriers to respectful care for transgender patients. Then, the film changes to Thomas facing the media storm. In an interview setting, journalists ask probing questions, sometimes sensationalizing his pregnancy. The camera often uses medium shots and cuts between Thomas' calm response and the reporter's curious or incredible expressions, background responses and reporters' curious or incredible expressions, background noise from TV studios and public murmurs emphasizing how his pregnancy becomes an spectacle. This segment highlights privilege, how cisgender pregnancies are normally and invisible to public eye, where Thomas is treated as an extraordinary or even controversial. This media framing reinforces social biases and underscores how gender norms shape public narratives. In connection, Thomas' story from the pregnant man to broader conversations about sexuality and gender, it's clear that media has a powerful role in shaping how we view identities. For example, in Christian Amanpour, Sex and Love Around the World, different cultures shows how sexuality is socially constructed and influenced by norms and expectations. Something that lecture explains when it states that sexuality operates as a social identity shaped by cultural and historical context, as we see in the PPTs from our class. Similarly, the documentary Disclosed on Netflix reveals how transgender experiences are often misrepresented in media, which relates to the PPT's discussion on heteronormative reinforcement, the binary of sex, genders, and roles. We also see parallels in The Last Taboo, which addresses how society avoids and estimates conversation about sexuality, reinforcing shame and silence. And finally, Gender Revolution on Netflix expands this perspective by showing the scientific and social diversity of gender identity, challenging rigid categories. Just like Thomas' pregnancies challenges traditional assumptions about who can carry a child. Together, these films illustrate how the media can either reinforce stereotypes or help break them, shaping public understanding on gender, identity, and lived experience. Amid the public attention, the film also captures Thomas in his home and with his family, showing tender, quiet moments, soft lighting, slow camera movements, and lighting shots around his expressions, convey vulnerability and strength. Here, Thomas reflects on the emotional labor of carrying a child as a trans man, negotiating his identity, family roles, and societal expectations. These moments humanize Thomas beyond the headlines, giving the viewer insight into the resilience required to live authentically in a world structured around binary gender norms. Together, these scenes illustrate intersectionality. Thomas' experience is shaped not just by gender identity, but also how media, healthcare systems, and societal expectations intersect to create unique challenges and privileges. The film critiques systematic biases and historic erasure of transgender pregnancy in media and institutions, making a powerful commentary on social identity. Watching The Pregnant Man makes me realize the importance of expanding our understanding of pregnancy to include transgender experiences. The film achieves its goal of humanizing Thomas, showing both the barrier and the triumphs along the way. It challenged the viewers to confront their own assumptions and consider how systems can be more inclusive. I encourage to watch The Pregnant Man of BBC Select. It's not just a story about pregnancy, it's a narrative that pushes us to rethink gender, identity, and care with empathy and openness. Thank you for joining me.